Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Minister, no matter your government's efforts to dissuade people, asylum seekers just keep coming. So how long are you prepared to staff that crossing 24/7 and allow for more to come in?
Well, we are always dedicated to securing our borders and making sure that we have an immigration system that has the full confidence of Canadians. The numbers fluctuate. We saw in August very high numbers, but in the last number of weeks, we've seen the average number of people crossing on a daily basis drop significantly.
Well, what are the numbers in the last few weeks?
50 a day. That's the average.
50 a day?
Yes. So the fact of the matter is...
Well, that's still 1,500 a month.
No, absolutely. The fact of the matter is we will continue our work, and we're not just focusing domestically. We have a very vigorous outreach program that involves social media, that involves using our consulates in the United States to outreach to potential asylum seeker communities in the United States to make sure that they understand the real asylum system in Canada and not be susceptible to myths and misinformation.
All right, but they are still coming. You saw the two women we spoke to at the border. They think Canada can solve their problems.
Well, nothing could be further from the truth. We have made it very clear that, yes, we are open to those seeking sanctuary from persecution, from terrorism and from war, those who are victimized. But if you don't fit into those categories, if you're not a bona fide refugee, then Canada is not the solution to your problems.
But Minister, currently the Immigration and Refugee Board is saying that the average wait is 16 months. They're coming into the country and staying 16 months before they get heard at a refugee hearing.
What I can tell you from our end, IRCC has been able, together with CBSA, to reduce the waiting period for eligibility hearings from 5 to 7 months to 5 to 7 days. So we were doing what we can to make sure that we speed up the process.
Okay, but what about the 16 months?
The Immigration Refugee Board is independent, it's arm's length, they have their own processes. We encourage them to continue pursuing the efficiencies and the reforms that they had begun.
As long as there's a chance, though, people will try. You're talking about 1,500 a month. That's more than 15,000 a year on top of those who have already crossed. So how long can this continue?
We are experiencing in the world a surge in the number of people who are moving, both in seek of protection, but also in search of a better life, of a better opportunity. And so economic migration, refugee flows, IDPs, if you put all those numbers together, it's the highest it's ever been since the Second World War. So we're not the only country that's affected by this.
How much is it costing to maintain that RCMP detachment at the unofficial border?
Our focus has been to make sure that we maintain the safety and security of Canadians, to make sure that each and every asylum seeker crossing at the border point in Lacolle is processed, and that no one is released into Canadian society unless they have gone through that very rigorous process. So that has been our focus. The cost will come later, but this has been our focus at the moment.
I appreciate that, but why can't you tell us how much it's costing?
We will be providing those details as soon as we can, but we discourage people from making irregular crossings. They're illegal. You will be apprehended. You will be subject to rigorous screening, and you will be removed if you're found not to be a genuine refugee.
In a way, are you encouraging people to apply at the front door? Yes, but holding a back door open?
We're not holding any door open. We have Canadian law, but we also have international obligations to make sure that people get due process once they're on Canadian soil. As I said, the trends go up and down, but we're vigilant and will remain so.
Minister, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.